Well, good morning. How's everybody doing? Got my trusty co-pilot in the back. Introduce yourself, Duchess. Introduce yourself, come here. This is Duchess, dog. She's my trusty co-pilot. Most beautiful brown dog on the planet. And let's be honest, there's no other dogs. So, started this channel for what I thought was pretty good reason. Thought it'd be pretty interesting. I bought a trap line in central British Columbia. Pretty excited about that. I've done quite a bit of trapping in southern central British Columbia and even in southern BC. Got plans with a buddy to trap over on Vancouver Island when we possibly can get that to happen. Looking forward to moving into a new area. Bought this trap line smack, basically in the middle of the province, and it offers just about everything fur bearing that you could want, and I figured it'd be pretty interesting documenting the process from start to finish, or not finish, but hopefully not finish, from the beginning. Document learning the trap line, finding a place to put a cabin, the whole applying for a cabin process here in British Columbia, and then building an off-grid cabin out in the middle of nowhere with the help of some trapper friends and non-trapper friends and one big old brown dog, and see where it goes. And I was really looking forward. That's why I bought this GoPro. Thought it'd be some pretty interesting footage, and plans sort of changed just before Christmas. It's 2022 right now, or sorry, 2023 January. Just before Christmas, got a phone call from my mother and found out that my father had passed away in a house fire. So I had been planning to spend a few days with some family over Christmas, and then go up shortly after Christmas and to where my new trap line is, and have a look around and get some footage and document a few things, and maybe look for a spot, start the process of looking for a spot where we could put up a cabin. I've only been on the trap line once. We spent a day traveling around, both Miranda and myself and the brown dog, and spent a day traveling around and fell in love with it right off the bat. So those plans got changed pretty quick. I redirected myself after Christmas to the Quesnel area where my father had passed away, and trying to deal with that. Seeing if I can find any relics from my past, digging through a fire. It's a pretty weird situation. It's thank goodness Miranda was there. She was a big help. I got my father's dog. His name was Shep. I got Shep out of the fire and got him to a crematorium. So when I get my dad back, we'll put those two together and send him off with my brother. So still a lot of cleanup up there, and I figured I'd hold off and use these videos here as kind of a learning process on how to make videos, how to edit them up properly, how to try to make them interesting. I've got a couple of the firearms that came out of the fire that were pretty dear to me growing up, and I know they were my favorites, my father's favorites. A couple of commemoratives, and I'd like to go through the process of restoring those, or at least making them into wall hangers. They need stocks and cleaned up. And also I'm doing a little bit of trapping close to home. I live a little further south, Kamloops area, and I'm doing a little bit of trapping close to home. So right now I'm heading out to a little area I trap for a fishing lodge, and make sure to keep their otters knocked down a little bit, and maybe get a bit of footage of that, as well as a couple of lakes close to home where I've got some bait sets out, and possibly snow's a little deeper this year. So since the fires around Logan Lake and Tonquin Lake in that area where I normally trap, it's been really tough actually trapping in there. I have found quite a few cats, and I'm not really setting on them. I'm giving them a couple years to come back, and hopefully everything comes back. The pine cones in the trees are phenomenal. I mean, the tops of all these pine trees look like they're dead. I've never seen anything like it. They're just so loaded up with pine cones. They're dark brown. The top 10 to 20 feet of every pine tree, spruce, you name it. So that's good to see. I'll carry on with some footage a little bit later, and I also got a drone here, so I'll be able to practice with that and hopefully bring you some pretty fun stuff. Looking forward to getting to know you. Well, I do have to hike in. Just looking at tracks. Rabbits are everywhere this year, which is great. So we had a real shortage of rabbits last year, so I'm gonna try and show you. I got a highway right there. I had to hike in off the highway. I'm just hiking into this little fishing lodge area that I do a bit of trapping on for them. Nuisance trapping for the otters. They pay for their fish, so it's about $5 a pound. You can imagine otters make pretty quick work of those rainbow trout. So I just thought I'd kind of show you guys how pretty this area is. Holy macaroni. Isn't that something? Just a gorgeous day out here. You guys may as well just hit the like and subscribe button right now. So there's going to be a couple hundred of videos that are just awesome. If I don't make you all sick first, spinning the camera around and that sort of thing, I'll hike in, finish hiking in here, and fire the camera back up. So I've now hiked down to the bottom. I love it down here. Like, I just absolutely love it. Just beautiful. I mean, there's tracks everywhere. Got a lot more snow than we've had, so all my otter sets are going to be buried. But I'll just flip the camera around here. Show you, like, look at that little hole in there that coyotes and cats and everything under the sun has been zipping in and out of there. And I think what I'll do is I'll just show you a little bit of what's going on here as I hike in. So, as I was saying, they pay for their fish and they want the otters gone, basically. And look at the tracks. Wow. Looks like weasel tracks, cat track. Looks like a cat track right there. Nice little cat, maybe. I don't have foxes here, I don't think, or if I do, there's not many. So those are all rabbit tracks. It's crazy. Rabbit made his own path. Here's a little freeway. Honk honk, rush hour. Okay. Yeah, so I've been having pretty good luck on one of the sets up here. And I think one bobcat, huge bobcat, one massive coyote, and then another coyote with it. You can see here, coyote tracks, sorry, cat tracks. Cat tracks going down to, I've got an otter set right there, but you can see it's buried. I won't bother you guys with that too much. I'll dig it out before I leave. Yeah, too much snow. Look at the rabbit tracks. Holy, that's awesome. I can see my 330 box still got a trap in it, and I can see the snare still up. So nothing this time, but this one little set here has given up 2 coyotes and a bobcat. Pretty lucky. There's a couple more around, so you can see the rabbits have been going right past my snare. Crazy. That's fun. And I'll just continue on, and that'll be it for today. I don't suspect there'll be much in these otter sets, but if there is, I'll turn you back on. So the trap I just showed you, I checked everything else, and the first trap I showed you that was buried, I've just dug it out. You can see right up there, right out on the water there. I'll lift you up. There's where an otter's been coming in and out of the water. Finally, there's one back. We've been zipping down this hill here. Here's an otter slide. I missed it on the way in. Zipping in. My trap was buried under water or under snow, but what I'd like to do is put that other 330. I forgot my setters and I don't have any way of setting those safely or anchoring them off or anything like that. So I'll come back in 2 days. There'll probably be an otter in this one. I'll bring you back with me actually. And see the beautiful salmon color of that. The rainbows out of this lake, just gorgeous. Pennask Lake rainbows, I think is what they are. And I'll get this guy coming up through here. Probably get 2 or 3. I think I took 6 otters out of this one set last year. And that's it. I'm only allowed basically Duke traps and Savage O's. So those are the ones that I have. And we'll see how it goes. Back tomorrow to check on that one. Alright, well I'm just going to test this out a little bit. This is me seeing what it sounds like with the window open for the brown dog. She likes to stick her head out the window and pretend she's running 1,000 miles an hour. But anyway, we're out of the lake and heading back home. Looking forward to dinner tonight actually. Just got off the phone with Miss Miranda and she's going to pick up a few things for fish cakes. I got some halibut on a fishing trip this year. Some salmon, halibut, lingcod, you name it, raw cod, black cod, all kinds of stuff. So we're making fish cakes tonight, or fish burgers I guess as they are. And yeah, so just wanted to test out what it's like with the window open out back, and or do I have to wait till the window's closed every time? Stick with me. I'm gonna head up to a couple of bait sets about 45 minutes up the road or down the road. No, nothing at the last set. Looks like a lot of things have been moving at the new set. I don't see the bait touched. Looks like a weasel's found it. I'll spin you around, show you what's going on here. It's a logging road. Nobody's supposed to be in here at all. You can see all the trees are... This is one of the only treed areas left. Everything else around us is burned. That's where the fire was, right over there, and 180 degrees actually, or 360 degrees. And I got some bait hanging underneath that tree down here. And down in it's kind of a creek bed. And so what I've been doing, I'm not baiting real heavy. I'm just baiting light. Plows been in, making it real easy to get in here for me, sort of. I got a set in that culvert. I can see there's a snare hanging there. It looks absolutely fine. It's heavy, stinky. I can really smell it. Interesting, I don't see my snare actually. I'll check it. And the snare's hanging here and here. Got a snare back there. Got a snare over here on that log where they cross, where they were crossing earlier in the season. Bait sticks all over. Really wish you had smell-o-vision because it's not pleasant. And I got a couple snares on the other side I saw when I came in, and nothing going on there. There's not much moving. Real quiet. Yeah, I can see the snares up in the culvert still, so that's it. You can see a couple of weasels have been running around over there. Looks like about it. Mice maybe. Oh well, next set. So this set here that I'm hiking into, I basically just baited it. I've got a couple of snares hung just in case, but really just been waiting to see what's going on here, what's going to be moving around, and that's about it for today. It's nice getting to meet you, and I'll get this all edited up, I guess. and we'll get our first video up. Let me know what you think. This is my old road in. Not a single coyote track or cat track on the road. You can tell this burn is just devastating. Early in the year there was a lot of coyotes and a lot of deer moved back in, but they seem to have disappeared when the snow came. I guess nowhere to hide. Alright, well, we'll get some beaver sets out pretty quick too. Thanks, take care. Bye-bye. So I guess I should show you the set. There's a deer and a pile of ducks. I hung some ducks in trees, and I got some, they're a lot under the snow right now, and I just put, that's only 30 yards off the road type thing. I'm sure you can see that deer carcass, roadkill out there. And you know, I got a couple snares hung. Looks like there's been one coyote that's been in. See his tracks here. That's nice. He actually went in, but he hasn't been hanging around too much. So he went in, ran around it, came out. I'll wait for him to develop a nice little trail system and start feeding on that, and I'll hang some more steel. And that is it for now. Out. Wow, the truck's up there. As you can see, it's up on the road. I had to hike down here. Doesn't look like much, but there's 3 feet of snow. I'm only 4 feet tall, so. Just kidding. 4'2". Okay, so what I saw from up top was right here. I'm sure you can see that. Call it otter in this creek bed. They go all the way through here, way up here and around here. I think I'm scooting right across here like this, so I'm gonna sit right on the slide here. I'm gonna let you kind of hang out with me while I do it. Let me just fix up this. Okay. I think that should do it. Over here, yeah, that's good. Got a brand spanking new Savajo 2001-11, I think they're called. Okay. Just setting this brand spanking new Savajo. Of course, I left my safety and setters and everything up top. Bend these so it's gets him as he's coming downhill, and I'll set him on the not so easy one. Problem with new Savajos, I'll get you in the shot here pretty quick. Problem with new Savajos, fence that all off. I'll fence that all off with dead branches, and then I'll anchor it, of course, in a minute. You'll be able to see this from the road up top too. if you can see this. What I've done here, as you can see, there's a slide. I stepped right in the middle of the slide by mistake. As I'm going down, zap them there. I'll just anchor that off. Just lost the anchor I was looking for. I'll use 2 anchors here. Should be visible from up top. Hung some flag tape here, you can see. The slide, I kind of screwed it up. I'd like to pound that down flat, but I kind of tripped and stumbled. Got some flag tape so I know where it is from up top. I'm just going to hang the one, and we'll see how that goes. That's it for today. You'll see me back home when I do a wrap up for the day. Thank you. Oh. We're back home. Guess I'll just tidy this up. I mean, plans change, you know. I thought I was going to a new trap line for a couple weeks and get to learn it and set for wolves for the first time. Maybe even catch a few marten. I've had 3 or 4 lines that I've worked and had never had a chance at a marten. And slim chances at wolves and things like that. So really looking forward to all these new critters, you know. And well, plans change, so away we go. We adapt, move on. Looking forward to going through this process and showing everybody, you know, from the time that you purchase a line till getting the cabin up and actually hanging out in it and making meals and trapping out of it. And I'm just going over the line on Google Earth right now, looking at some boundaries and that sort of thing. Today was kind of a goof around day, you know. We were all over little tiny sets here and there that I've still got out, mostly just for funsies. But I like it, you know, it gives me something to do. That last set that I put in, I should have got another shot of that for you from up above to show you what it looks like, but that'll be neat, just the drive into the little lake that I trap. So on the drive, I can just pull over and look out the window and see if an otter has dove down into that 330 yet, and that'll be neat. I got the magazine, BC Trappers Association. The new magazine for the winter 2023 is just gone to edit to the editor today. We're about a month ahead on this one, so I'm pretty happy about that. One of the things you're going to be seeing on this channel, I imagine that 98% of you are not going to be viewing this anytime soon, but as the channel goes along, I'm sure it'll gain a few subscribers, and you'll be looking back at this video and what was the first video, and you know, I'll be looking back someday and laughing, I'm sure too. And you know, I do plan on, because I do work for the magazine, I'm going to be doing some editorials and some articles, some interviews with old-time trappers. We have a plethora of them in BC, but if somebody doesn't capture some of the information they have locked up, well, it just disappears when they disappear. So I'd like to get a couple of those. When I say a couple, I'd like to get hundreds of them. There's some great trappers in this part of the world and some pretty fantastic history. And I'm going to try and capture some of it, so we've got a bit of a record of it. And so you can skip over those or read them in the magazine if you're part of the BCTA, or maybe you can watch those and learn a trick or two from some of the old timers here. They're going to be fun, I hope. I like talking with the old timers too, guys who've been around and done there. I don't pretend to know anywhere near what those guys have even forgotten, you know. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm going to start with Mr. Wayne Sharp. He's been around for about 165 years trapping. But he got a late start too, so, you know. It'll be interesting. He's probably got some funny stories and some tricks that he's probably forgotten, more tricks than I'll ever learn, but it'll be interesting. And I'll move on to guys like Ron Lancour and maybe even bring in a bunch of the guys that nobody's even heard of. We'll get into it. And I hope you enjoy the channel. I'm not looking to make any money off it, of course. This isn't about that. This is just an entertainment thing for me, and hopefully for you. So eventually, it's not going to be just trapping. You know, you're going to watch me, like I said, learn this new trap line. It's a pretty big one. As I look at it right now, there's just so much to do. I got excited originally for the muskrats and the beaver, but looking at it now, I mean, there's mink and wolves and wolverine, and goodness gracious, there's whatever I need. I think there's everything on this. It's perfectly central, close to Green Lake in BC, if you want to look that area up, or 70 Mile. There is a burn on it as well, but the burn is about 5 years old, whereas the line that I work here out of Tunkwa Lake, it burned last year, and it's fresh, and just not a lot going on, as you saw today through all those little videos and through this video, I guess. And I'm picking up this drone thing, having a lot of fun with that, flying it around today. I won't bore you with any of that footage, since I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like a 4-year-old flying, but still fun. And that'll be later on, where I'll be able to bring in a bunch of footage of things that maybe it's easier to explain with a quick video than it is with me telling you about it. But anyway, that's about it. This is our first video. I'm going to edit it all together. Let me know what you think as you go. Obviously, we're going to learn this together. Looking forward to getting to know some of you. Take care. Any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.